Hello, everyone. How are you? It's the Library Love Fest team here. Just a bunch of turkeys hanging around in a tiki hut. What else is new? So we're doing this month's program is gifts and grub because it's the holiday season. So we thought we would try some recipes from some of our cookbooks. And then we would also give you some ideas for gifts for the holiday season. So I'm Virginia. You know that. You know who he is.
Hi, I'm Chris.
Hi, Chris.
Hello.
And I'm Lainey.
Hi, Lainey. This is our turkey. It's actually a hat, but I'm not putting it on because it's too hot. But I just realized he's got like big flattened out turkey butt. I didn't realize that. Anyway, keeping it classy. That's our turkey. Yeah, so we're going to talk about some stuff. And we have a guest speaker who will come into the hut in a little bit and talk about some cool stuff too. So we're going to talk about food and books and maybe some music. So hey-o, here we go. Who wants to go first? Not me.
Chris, I think
Okay.
we're ready for yours.
We're ready?
Yes.
For Bosch. I think, okay, so I feel like I love how many Bosch books we have at this point. If you're unfamiliar with Bosch, the team, Ian and Henry, they're UK based, and I think they're pretty much the biggest vegan brand in the UK, and they're growing here tremendously. And the book I will be talking about is Bosch Healthy Vegan. We just have the jacket right now. That's actually the burger that I attempted to make down here below. I know they don't look exactly the same, but it's so delicious.
It looks great. Do you want me to hold it up?
Yeah, sure, if you don't mind. Oh, yes,
Hold
that'd be great. Let's see.
What do you want me to do? Anything?
Just be UV.
Hey-o!
That's all that we need. I'm just going to kind of hand out. This is the first Bosch book, which I've had and cooked from extensively. It's all, again, a vegan cookbook. Some of them are more healthy than others, but they're all very filling, natural, you know, nothing weird, no weird ingredients, which for me is just a huge plus. There's Bish Bash Bosch, which is their second one. They have Bosch How to Live Vegan. These are all on sale. Well, this one is coming next year. These other ones are on sale. So you have like a full library of Bosch books that you can get into. Bosch How to Live Vegan is more instructional. It's not a cookbook. It's you know, the lifestyle of veganism and how to kind of normalize it and make it sustainable. But this is Bosch Healthy Vegan. Is their first like cookbook focused specifically on delicious, healthy, very easy recipes. There's 80 total. If you check out their social media, they have really great walkthroughs, step by step. It's all just broken down and is so digestible.
Oh! Look at even Scooter's laughing at that one.
Gotcha.
That's good.
So,
Love
and again, like I said, I've been making stuff. They have like amazing cauliflower dishes you can make. But I like really easy kind of day-to-day recipes that you can make a bunch of and then kind of ride it through the week and you don't have to spend a lot of time on it. So I made their burger, which I think I have the recipe here. It's mainly, yeah, it's
what's in it?
Primarily it's black beans, cooked sweet potato. They call for brown rice. I used quinoa because I didn't want to wait 2 hours for brown rice. It just always takes forever to cook. And it turned out brilliantly. Lots of cumin, spices. It's super, well, we'll see if it's delicious.
It smells so good.
It's fantastic. And they give you also like sauce recipes, you know, things you can put on top. I was very simple this morning when I made these. So it's just the straight hamburger. I'll share the recipe. I think I have some internal spreads. We have so many papers here right now.
This is so overwhelming.
Because we have so much good, delicious things to talk about. But I'll share the recipe in the comment section after this, if my colleagues deem the recipe worthy.
So show it to them.
Okay.
You got a close, Scooter, can you see it?
Can you taste it, Scooter?
It's smell-o-vision.
Someday.
Oh, wouldn't that be so cool?
Yes. But yeah, and it's not like super salty or anything like that. I was worried about, sometimes with these burger recipes, it's hard to keep the patties together and they don't like, you know, crumble apart. But whatever magic combination that they provide, it worked brilliantly. Just throw in a little flour, I think, that keeps it all together and delicious.
Fully What's vegan. That?
That's just my special sauce.
Okay.
Secret sauce.
They like a secret sauce. Yeah, it's kind of like a Mac, like a McDonald's Big Mac
Like a
sauce.
Chipotle.
Kind of. Yeah.
Mayo,
Yeah,
But
nice.
what you
vegan,
said.
of course.
Vegan. Very nice. I
vegan.
love it. It
So-
looks beautiful. That looks really beautiful. It smells beautiful. Picture's gorgeous. Nice going. You
You
made that this
know,
morning?
Yeah. And okay, so this bun's a little too big, but you always get those like expectations versus reality
Yeah.
photos where it's like,
Right.
oh my god.
Yeah.
But this actually, it's pretty and delicious, and I think I have a new go-to recipe that will help sustain healthy eating. Because
Nice.
it's all about sustainability and being able to, return to things day in and day out. So, fun, fit food. is
Very
the
cool.
tagline.
Fun, fit
Fun,
food.
fit
Now,
What about-
are you gonna eat that, or after that spaghetti thing, that's not happening?
Yeah, the spaghetti incident of 2019. winter
Scadios
2019.
otherwise.
Yeah, for anyone, I'll just recap. We all tried to make a recipe from
Yeah.
Juliet Graham's. She did, 7 or 8 bestseller for tuna, and she did this really cool little like a sampler
Yeah.
with recipes that appear in the book and are from her family, from Calabria, and one of them was spaghetti, which you made, Virginia, and I
did.
could not wait. We ate it on camera. I ate it on camera. I thought everyone was, but it was just me in the periphery, just struggling to eat spaghetti on camera. So I don't know what the point of the story is. Just don't eat spaghetti on camera.
Don't eat spaghetti on
Don't
camera.
eat spaghetti on camera.
That's
If anyone wants to find it, put a screenshot in these comments. No, I'm just kidding.
But I'm not
Anyway.
gonna live scared.
All right. Don't live scared. Don't let the camera win, Chris.
That's
Yes?
really
Oh, it's making your horns droop.
gonna go into a food coma.
Very nice.
2 thumbs up.
It's a good thing this isn't live.
Yeah, we can cut this later.
All right, so
Very
that's very good, Chris. That's awesome. I want you to come
I'm
make us
jazzed
lunch
on
every
this,
day. Is it
yeah.
good? You like it?
Mhm.
All right, we'll have it. We'll try it later. And then we'll have to present. All right, now whistle. All right. Okay, Lainey, do you want to go?
Sure.
Oh,
So,
sorry. This book is coming
Oh.
out January 28th. I'm sorry for
January
interrupting.
28th.
January
Bosch.
28th. Bosch Healthy Vegan. Beautiful. I gotta tell you, it smells
Oh.
so good. I can't wait to bite into that burger because it really does smell awesome. Lunchtime. Yay.
Yay.
Okay, so I'm very excited about this one. As soon as it was launched to us, I was all here for it. So I'm going to do Chicano Eats by Esteban Castillo. And this one comes out in April. This is not the final cover, but it's very close, I was told. So it'll look something like this. And I have these gorgeous spreads from his blog. So you guys, if you...
Yeah, here, I'll pass
Oh,
this.
sure.
Yeah, a few different color. It's so bright and
Beautiful.
pretty, and you can find all of these on Edelweiss, so go check them out. So Chicano Eats is a blog as well, and growing up in Santa Ana, California, and it's like 75% Latino, and so Esteban just saw all of these recipes being made online or on blogs, and they would add like a lime and be like, it's Mexican. He's like, that's not correct, it's not authentic. So he wanted to really just do this cultural mix of what he grew up on because it was such a big part of his culture, and to combine like, American food and Mexican food together. And it's just so beautiful. You should go check out his blog, Chicano Eats, and his Instagram. Like, they're so cool. He has videos where they're making stuff. He has phone backgrounds of these really pretty poppy colors. But this is like one of a kind. There's not,
Beautiful.
It really isn't out there. And so it's in English. It's got a little Spanglish put in. It's really fun. And I made this. It's essentially a Jell-O mold, but see it shaking.
Scooter, can you see it?
Can you see the shake?
Oh, yeah.
So I made a gelatina de mosaico. Oh, I hope I didn't butcher that. But it's really easy to make. It's just a lot of waiting around time. But he talks about, with the recipe, about like how he saw women making this after, people got out of school or church and they would sell this. And he thought it was just so beautiful and so like special that it must have taken so long. And he said it really does it. You just have to have some patience with it. But you make 3 different color Jellos. They can be whatever you want. I did cherry, lemon, and lime. And you let it set, and then you chop it up, put it in a bowl, and then you make this white mix, and you put like cream and half and milk and a little Mexican cinnamon in there. Let it set for 30 minutes, and then other gelatin, the non-flavored one, and you put it in there and let it sit. And so it was so easy. It just took a little bit of time. And we don't know how it tastes yet because I haven't tasted it. But it's pretty to look at.
Here's some nice culinary.
All right. Do you guys want some?
No, you go first.
Oh, gosh. You're like, let me.
No, you
try
made it.
it.
You should try it.
Okay. Oh, no.
Somebody's got to drive the ambulance.
Chris, I'm learning your lesson now. Oh, my goodness.
Is it good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I'm here for it.
Are you?
Yeah.
Sweet.
You're missing out.
Give it. I want some. Da 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 dee, da. Chris, you want some?
Yes. I do. Spoon.
Ew.
Give me a spoon.
Nice, Lainey.
So we have lots of Jello. It makes
Excuse my
quite a
reach.
bit.
Yes, indeed.
So
That's really good, Toots.
Yeah, you'll have lots to go around at the. It'd be perfect for holidays. You know, it's easy to make because you can let it set while you're doing all your other cooking. But
Beautiful.
yeah, go check out his blog and his Instagram. It's really cool to see, and you know, he's a bit activism is in a way of just being like really present and showing people that they like their recipes have this flavor and beautiful vibrancy, and just being, you know, there, and it's really cool. I hope you go check it out. So excited about this one.
That's delicious.
Are these photos that are going to be like in the book, Lainey? They're so. I mean, Harper.
Well, it
designed
might
them.
just. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that these are the ones from. Yeah, because there's like that one is mac and queso fundido, I believe.
Yummy.
And you know, like bringing in a lot of like brands that he would typically have as a kid, like these sodas, just things, you know, to bring the cultures together.
I love
So
that
vibrant.
bottle.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
That
the
color.
colors. Yeah, they're.
And then you have the cover, Lainey?
Yes, I did.
Did I steal
I
it?
don't know where it went though.
Well, just trust us. We're publishing it.
But yes, it comes out in April.
Chicano eats. And so do we at lunchtime.
You gave it to me.
Ah, there
it
you go.
is.
Beautiful. That's just gorgeous. And pub date on that one?
April.
April. Okay. Okay, I might as well do mine now because then we can just maybe clear the tail. I don't know what we're doing. But
Sure.
okay, I'm gonna need help, you guys.
Gotcha.
So here we go. So this book is gorgeous. This is The Adventurous Eaters Club by Misha and Vicki Collins, along with their children, who've written this amazing book. Misha Collins is an author, an actor, an artist, and he and his family have put this book together. It is so interesting. It's all about, you know, I have friends who have kids, and everything that they say in this book echoes what my friends' lament is, that they can't get their kids to eat. Or they don't want to eat when the parents want to eat, or they don't want to eat what the parents want to eat. And then an hour later, they're like hangry, you know, and it's like, okay, so here's some noodles or some squeezy stuff out of some yogurt thing, which is gross. But I mean, you know, they admit themselves, like, we did all that too, because you do what you can to get your kids to eat. But then they started thinking about, you know, just what's the nutritional factor, and why are we separating, you know, kids' menus at restaurants from adult menus? Like, why don't we just, like, why are we telling them that? They don't come, as they say, the babies don't come out knowing that there's a kids' menu. I love that. And so this is a really, really interesting book. There's lots of, naturally there's lots and lots of beautiful, beautiful recipes, but these are all also recipes that involve the children. So from the get-go, take your kids to the grocery store, have them make up a recipe themselves, pick stuff out of the grocery store, you know, like try and keep everything as unprocessed as you can, but without going crazy. Like, you're not going to find a lot of fancy stuff in here. That's not the point of this. And they're not like putting themselves on some parental pedestal saying, oh, we have it all together. And, you know, it's not that at all. It's a very cool voice to this book, and they're great videos too, because one of their children has Cooking Fresh with West, and they're adorable. And he just takes the kid and, you know, his son, and then they go and he picks stuff out of the store, and it helps him make things and stands him on a stool naturally. He's careful with what he's doing, and he's, you know, letting him a lot of these recipes have things that the kids can do. So, like, this is the parents' part. And like the boiling water and the sharp knives, I'll do. You do the, you know, the other stuff. And so involving them from the beginning is I have to tell you, you have to check out some of these videos because he's got a video of his little boy. He and his little boy go in the grocery store. He's really little at the time, and they go and they buy things, and it's very funny too. It's very sort of tongue in cheek, like okay, you know, like he's just really great. And then at the end, they make this meal together. At the very end of one of these videos, the little boy, like the father, is holding this big chunk of broccoli, and he hands it to the kid, and I thought, oh, he's not going to eat that, and he does. And then the father takes a bite, and he was his son at the time was about 3. It was really cool. So anyway, there's a lot. They've talked to a lot of psychologists and pediatricians. It's like they've really done their research. Anyway, it's a very informative book with lots of resources in the back, in addition to the recipes. And so hey, we could have made a ton of things from here, but the interest of time is I'll make it quick. But I do want to mention one thing, that all of the profits from the book are going to charities that provide access to healthy food and the arts to underserved families, including the Edible Schoolyard Project, the Garden School Foundation, and the Whatcom Farm to School Fund. So, and the book just hit the Washington Post bestseller list. So you can find a lot of information on this family and this book on AdventurousEatersClub.com. So that's what I had to read because I needed to make sure you knew about this. But here's something that I did. This is the pink yogurt parfait. We can get your kids. This is like an easy breakfast. I did this morning, like super, super easy. So basically you're taking raspberries and strawberries, chop up some strawberries, cut off the stems. Well, I did. I guess you're supposed to. Throw in a little bit of honey and a little bit of water. It tells you exactly how much here. It's not a lot. But then you make a parfait, and then you top it with some sunflower seeds. But there's here's your part, and then here's the kids' job. And so the kids go and, I don't know, they layer everything because it's a fun thing to do. They can make it however they want to make it. But basically you're layering like the raspberry and the strawberry mixture, which looks delicious. And let's see. So, who wants to help me? Because I'm a little crazy.
I do.
All right.
We're putting it in each cup.
Spoon a thin layer of the strawberry mixture at the bottom. Then to each jar, add a 1/4 cup of yogurt. So, how easy is that? I just get a big old thing of plain yogurt. I got unsweetened yogurt. And you just put that on top. Just stir it up a little bit because it's a little wet. So, put a little bit of that on top, Lane Maney. Chris, you should make one too. We have enough for everybody. Here you go. Okay, so here you go. Strawberry mixture on the bottom. Okay. Then the yogurt. So exciting. And then granola. Now, they have a recipe for granola, which is amazing. It's the for real, better than any cereal you could buy at the grocery store granola. Ah! And here's everything right here. It's just a bunch of nuts. It's, well, not just a bunch of nuts, but it's almonds, pecans, walnuts, rolled oats, cinnamon, sea salt, dried mango. So cool. Like, I was learning things. So, this is all just easy peasy. All you got to do is just buy a bunch of these beautiful nuts. They're gorgeous. Almonds, pecans, walnuts, the rolled oats, and that's where the kids come in because they can mix all this stuff together. And then, crush it up really good. Crush it up really good. Add all the ingredients. And then you pour your yogurt on top. Lainey, you want to do this?
It's like a cooking show. It's already made.
An ab roller?
Yes, it's an ab roller. If you put tape on it, you could get the cat hair off your clothes.
We just happen to have one in the oven that we...
So there's a really cool, beautiful... You bake it. You put some oatmeal oil and beautiful, and then
yours is a lot smaller. I went a little crazy.
Wait a minute, not oatmeal oil. What am I saying? Oh, I have to, coconut oil. Yeah. So it makes a beautiful, beautiful granola, which you just yummy. And then you can put a little bit of sunflower seed on top. I think of the granola, if you like. Would you like some sunflower seed?
Sure.
Would you like some?
Sure.
Oh.
I already did them.
Okay. And there you go. I mean, we just did that. Honestly, it's so easy, and it's a great way to get the kids involved. This is a gorgeous book. And the beautiful kids. So honestly, there are so many things to choose from. They are simple. They are fairly fast. We just did it, and it's really good. And right,
Yeah.
good, and a great way to get the kids involved. So, and as I say, proceeds going to well-deserved organizations that need it. So this is a kid-friendly cookbook that celebrates real food, family fun, great resources, and great psychology behind the whole thing. So I find it very interesting to read the beginning of how they got to this place. I mean, they're very fun. Look at this cute family. They're fun, you know, and they're not claiming angel's wings, which is what I love about them. They're just finding their way through to get their kids to love food and set them off on a trajectory as they get older, to, you know, eat the good stuff and have some fun at it too. So that's the Adventurous Eaters Club, Misha and Vicki Collins and their beautiful children, West and Mason.
Great.
Ta-da! Thank you very much.
Wonderful.
Now,
Everything was
What do you think?
delicious.
Oh, I was just saying, like with the New Year, that's near New Year and New You.
Yeah.
That's always a thing. I feel like cooking is one of the best resolutions
Yeah.
you can give yourself, just for your wallet and your health. So we have
Yeah.
plethora of options
It's
for
also
you.
like psychologically nice sometimes to kind of slow down and think about one thing. Like I
Yeah.
find it a little therapeutic in a way.
yeah, put on some tunes. It's fun.
It's all good
Check out
stuff.
those videos too of that kid. Oh, that's so cute. Okay,
Okay.
now it might be time for us to have a guest.
I guess.
A guest?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you want
Yes.
both of us to
No, one of you can say.
go.
We just need.
I'm
I'm going to
taking my
slide out
burger.
and put Lisa right
take
in the
your
middle.
burger?
I'm taking the
I'm having
burger.
another bite of parfait.
Hey, girl.
Sorry, this is slippery.
Okay, be careful.
Lisa, would you like me to make you some parfait?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Okay, Lisa Sharkey.
Woo!
What am I
I'm gonna make
doing?
Lisa some parfait.
Oh, okay. Lisa Sharkey.
Parfait for the road.
Come on in here, you.
Back by popular demand.
That by popular demand. Come sit in the middle because you are the queen.
Aw. Yeah, also known as monkey in the middle.
Ah. Okay.
All right, in the tiki hut.
In the tiki hut.
Hello,
So-
tiki hut.
Many of you know Lisa, but Lisa, why don't you introduce yourself so we can let everybody know?
Okay, so
The fabulous
I
Lisa.
am Lisa Sharkey, Virginia's best friend.
Hey, yo.
Yes. And I'm the Director of Creative Development for HarperCollins, and I acquire books across all the different imprints. And I'm extremely enthusiastic about my books, and I have such amazing books that I work on all the time. So I do anything from royal books to rappers books. And today, speaking of royals and rappers, I have two books to talk to you about. Now, I was in England for the launch of this book. It is called The Other Side of the Coin by Angela Kelly. It is the first and only book ever officially authorized by the Queen of England, who, by the way, is celebrating her 72nd wedding anniversary today with Prince Philip. Fun fact. If you were in England for the launch of this book, which came out on October 29th, you basically, anywhere you would go, people were talking about this book. It's in the Times. It's amazing. So Angela Kelly is a woman in her 60s who for the past 25 years has lived in Buckingham Palace. Literally, she lives in Buckingham Palace. She lives above the Queen. She brings the Queen her breakfast tea in the morning and her breakfast and her bedtime tea in the night. She designs the Queen's clothing. She is in charge of the Queen's jewels. There is an official letter of authentication from this book. This book opens with an unbelievable shot. Scoots, I don't know if you can zoom in. This is the Queen hanging out on a lounge chair, on a chaise lounge, aka a fainting couch. The Queen and Angela Kelly wear the same size shoe. The Queen must not wear a creaky shoe. Who should break in her shoes? Angela Kelly wears the Queen's shoes.
I would love that job.
I mean, look, this
I
book,
love that picture.
this is as behind the scenes. You are inside the Queen's closet. Who designs all those fabulous colored outfits? I mean, Angela has designed not only the Queen's clothing, the Queen's hats, but she also designed the christening gown. And what you will learn in this book is that they actually dipped the christening gown in British tea in order to get it just the right color. This book is a must-have, and I also want to just take off, look at that. It's called The Other Side of the Coin. So you've got Her Majesty, of course, on one side, and then on the back, you've got the other side of the coin. You are inside. As a matter of fact, the New York Times gave this such an incredible review. They called it "Her Secrets Make for a Real Page Turner." Angela has written this herself, and I can't gush about this book enough. It's so spectacular. If you want to just have a little bit of fun, Angela herself has also read the audio book, and it's a little My Fair Lady, because Angela was a little embarrassed about her, as she calls it, her Scouse accent, and so Angela has asked the Queen to give her elocution lessons, and you get the whole story in the book. I'm just going to play you a teensy tiny bit so you can just listen to Angela's voice, because she's the most adorable person. The book came out on my birthday, and there was a book party at the Goring Hotel next to Buckingham Palace, and Angela, being so honored that I flew across for this, had the staff of Buckingham Palace sing happy birthday to me. I felt like I died and gone to heaven. The Queen's footmen and her ladies in waiting. It was insane. It's like The Crown, but it's real. Okay. Let's listen to this just for a moment.
Educating Angela. In those early years at Buckingham Palace, I remember feeling very aware that some people might look down on me. I was, after all, from Liverpool and I had a Scouse accent, not to mention that I was divorced with 3 children and possibly not the ideal candidate to be working for the Queen, even though I knew Her Majesty had particularly requested me after her visit to the British ambassador's residence in Berlin.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Wow.
That's
There's a
awesome.
whole story
So
there
great.
where the Queen and Prince Philip are visiting the British ambassador's residence in Berlin, and Angela is sort of a member of the household of the ambassador's household. And the Queen and Prince Philip liked something very much, and they had a question, and they tried to get some confidential information out of Angela, and she refused to give it to the Queen and Prince Philip, which is how they realized that she would be trustworthy enough to come work for the Queen. And sometime later the phone rings, and Her Majesty's office is on the phone, and they end up giving her the job, and she grows and grows into this job. Wait till you find out what outfit makes the Queen very uncomfortable when she has to sit in it for 20 minutes. You're also on the royal yacht, you're on the royal train, you learn about the royal luggage, you learn about royal ascot and why people were betting on what color the Queen would be wearing, and not to mention all of these amazing occasions, like when she's going to Ireland, how they have us beautiful shamrocks that they embroider into the bodice of the Queen's dress.
Oh, wow.
This book, everyone needs to buy this book.
Everybody needs this.
Binging The Crown, so I'm ready for.
Oh, The Crown.
Yeah.
Oh God. Okay, so this is
Look
the
at
real
her.
deal. Oh,
Look
she's
at her.
she's a vision. She's a vision
And
of
she's
loveliness.
93, right?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
It's unbelievable. It's a beautiful book. I love the photographs. They're just beautiful.
I mean, the woman lives in Buckingham Palace above the Queen.
That's so
I mean, it's cray cray. There's also there's I mean, look at this. This looks like a piece of porcelain.
It does. Yeah, it
I
does.
mean-
You got that, Scooter? Yeah.
It's just so beautiful. Okay, so ready for an exorcist style head whip. We're now going to talk about the book that has sold more than 15,000 copies in its first week.
make a
This
visual.
is called It's All in Your Head by Russ. Now, Russ Vitale is a Sicilian heritage, Secaucus-born, Atlanta-living rapper who has taken the world by storm, all of his own doing. He is an extremely motivational person. I have a backstory with him that involves my son meeting him, finding him on SoundCloud, bringing him to New York when he wasn't famous. So I've known this kid for a long time. And I kept listening and watching what he was saying on Twitter, saying, you should write a book, you should write a book, you're a friggin' genius. And eventually he texted my son, said, I'm ready to write the book, can I talk to your mom?
I love that.
Truth be told.
I love it.
And so Russ really is such a deeply spiritual being. His favorite book is The Alchemist and the 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. When he wanted to become famous, he and his friend Boogus, his best friend from Atlanta, would read those books. They would buy these self-help books and figure out how to become famous and how to do it. And they were making beats and making beats and making beats. And now that he's famous, all of his songs And all of the artwork for his songs are created by a genius guy named Adam Foda, living in Brooklyn, and they all have these beautiful colors affiliated with them and beautiful graphics. And so this is a book for anyone who has a young person in their life that doesn't really appreciate the standard motivational books that are out today. So this is really sort of a new genre, sort of rapivation.
I love that.
It's
Rapivation,
amazing.
yeah.
The chapters are all song titles, but they're not about the song. So it's in 3 parts: delusion, persistence, and gratitude. This guy gives gratitude to everyone, although his acknowledgments are very funny. Scooter, you can zoom in. But Russ just, this is a riff on an acknowledgement that Snoop Dogg gave at an award ceremony. He just says, first and foremost, I would like to thank myself. That's, and I just want to play you. So the audiobook of this is over the moon great. Russ has all of his own publishing, and so therefore we were able to insert the songs that Russ has sort of riffed the chapters off of into the audio book. And Iris McEvoy, who's in our audio department, got to fly down to Atlanta, got to hang out with Russ and all of his, I think there was a girl upstairs and things downstairs. I don't know what was going on there, but I was jealous of Iris for getting to do that. And listen to Russ. Hold on.
And Harper Audio present It's All in Your Head. Get Out of Your Way by yours truly, Russ. I dedicate this book to you. Introduction. You are here. If you have a dream, read this book. If you're flipping through these pages, or rather listening to this, you probably have a little flame flickering, waiting for you to pour gas on it. Something you want to do, to be, to make. There's nothing that's impossible.
That's cool.
It's cool.
That's...
And so the book has exploded. Look at so Russ has, I forget what you call it, but Russ has 2 different color eyes. One is very, very dark black, and one is very, very light brown. So the spine of the book has Russ's eyes on it, which is really cool. And the day the book went on sale, we had an event at Barnes & Noble in Union Square here in New York, and it sold out. I mean, they had to open up space all the way to the back, and he stayed till midnight hugging fans, hanging out with fans. And then last night, the same thing happened at the Grove in LA. So I just love these 2 books. I'm so excited to be working on them. I do have a book coming up in December 30th that I'm really excited about. It's called The Self-Care Solution by Dr. Jennifer Ashton.
Oh, yeah.
She's the ABC News chief medical correspondent, and she did a different cool thing every month for an entire year to try to feel better about her life and be better. So she does a dry January. 1 month she does more planks and push-ups, eats more greens 1 month, takes more steps 1 month, does meditation 1 month, and then the very end, the last month, she wears a goofy crown throughout the day to have more laughter in her life. So that one is also, I forgot to bring that. But,
so that's what the title is, that?
The Self-Care, which is a huge term these days.
Yeah.
The Self-Care Solution. It'll be on Good Morning America and all that other stuff.
By Jennifer Ashton.
By Dr. Jennifer Ashton.
Yeah. I just wanted to say, I saw the video on Lisa's Facebook page, and it's on his page. I could not believe we watched this together. Barnes & Noble was crushed with kids. Not little kids, but I don't know, 20.
There were little kids, and there were people, I would say, from age 5 to age 65.
I didn't see the short ones. I just saw all these kids going nuts, going absolutely crazy, and all holding this book. And when he came in, it was the coolest thing.
Yeah, I mean, he sells out stadiums. So he played in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia last week. In 1 hour, they sold 20,000 tickets. He's played all over the world, and he's going to go hopefully on a tour, and then hopefully he'll do more signings in different cities. So it's super exciting.
So there's something for everybody. So if you're a fan of Queen Elizabeth, there's this gorgeous book, The Other Side of the Coin by Angela Kelly, and that is talk about your bird's eye view. And if you have somebody who's sort of on the younger side.
And they want inspiration,
And they
right?
want inspiration.
Yeah.
Trust me, he's speaking a language that they're getting because I've never seen anything like that. So
He also says to be delusional, which is so interesting. It's
be
nothing
delusional.
I've ever heard anyone say to anyone before.
Yeah,
Be
like
delusional.
Nothing you can't accomplish.
He
if
says,
you-
like, you think Steph Curry goes out on the basketball court and thinks that there's anyone better on the basketball court than him? He says, even when I was 14 years old in my basement making, admittedly bad music, I thought I was the best. He would write on his papers, when he would get a paper, he would already write A+ on it. I mean, he's just,
great.
he believes in being arrogant in the best possible use of the term.
Yeah, that's
believing
great.
in yourself.
Believing in
Are
yourself.
we talking about my new
I think
best
we have.
friend?
We should do like a 1 minute shout out because we both went to the Kristen Chenoweth concert.
Oh,
She had a
yeah.
series of shows in New York City. I didn't know Lisa was going. Lisa didn't know that I was going. We went on different days and posted about it on Facebook and said, "I can't believe you were there. Oh my God, this show was amazing
For the girls.
for the girls," and then ran out right away, right to the lobby. I said, I have to get this. I have to get the CD. Played the CD in the car the next night,
Ugh.
and I said I almost drove off Grand Central playing Desperado. The way she sings Desperado will break your heart. It's so gorgeous, but that's not the only song.
amazing.
Oh, I love this. I love that show. It was just I
And
loved
also
it.
shout out to Richard J. Alexander if you're watching. He's the Diva Whisperer. He's been on our Facebook Lives multiple times. He directed this show, and he's also directed Barbara Streisand's shows and many others. But he did such an extraordinary job and each night there were different guests. So the night that I was there, Mario Cantone was there,
Yeah.
and he played Judy Garland, and Kristen Chenoweth played Barbara Streisand, and they together did the happy
Come On, Get Happy.
Come On Get Happy bit that they did on TV on the Judy Garland show, like
One of my favorite
you know
things
what,
ever.
50 years ago or
Yeah.
something.
Oh, I wish I could have seen that.
So this is the perfect holiday album for sure.
And it's not holiday. It's a perfect gift any time of the year.
Right,
And
but it's not Christmas music.
it's not Christmas music. It doesn't matter. You have to listen to it. It'll just take you away. I just love that. I wish I'd gone every night. I wish CeCe
Yeah.
Wayans was
Oh,
on the night
God.
that I went. Oh my God! And this woman Kristen Chenoweth is so generous to people. I mean, she had a kid up there, 17-year-old girl who is the daughter of someone that Kristen works with, and he mentioned to her what a great singer she is, or that she's starting out, whatever, and she had her up there, and they sang together, and this young woman had a beautiful voice. But I just think that says everything about this woman, that she's so generous.
Her generosity and her love is so palpable,
Yeah.
and I was super lucky because I'm friends with Richard that I got to actually go to the dressing room.
Oh,
and
you
then
met her?
I met her, and I told my husband, take the picture. My husband couldn't, as typical. My husband, which button is it? So Kristen just like, give me that phone, and she turned it around and she took
Nice.
a selfie of the two of us, and I was like, yay, dream
Yeah.
come true.
Yeah, that really was a special night, I
Oh.
have to say. I was blown away.
Well, thank you so
All right.
much for having me in the
of
Tiki
course.
Hut. I really appreciate
Yes, thank you
it.
for coming
Here's
into
your
the hut.
parfait for the road.
Okay.
But I'm keeping the CD.
Okay, I'm taking, unless someone wants the Rust
You know
books, you might want one of those
You
Rust books.
write to us, and several lucky people will get books. How's that for definitive? There you go.
Oh, okay, I'm
All
going
right.
to take this
Lisa?
parfait upstairs.
course.
Parfait.
Thank
Thanks
you
for
all.
coming.
Happy
Thank you.
holidays.
Happy holidays. Thank you for coming
Always
in.
good to
You
see
guys
ya.
are
The
doll.
best.
You are. Thank you for everything, Lisa.
Of course.
Okay, Chris, wake up.
You're back.
Are you?
Are you there?
Chris!
How are we doing on time?
We have 18 minutes.
Okay, we're good. All right. So far, so good. We've given you some food ideas, books that are coming out, books that are out. Send us your recipes. If you guys have really cool recipes of special things that you make, send them to us. We'll put them on Library Love Fest. I'm going to put my artichoke, it's not my recipe, it's my wife's recipe that her mother used to make for her. So I make it every year. It's artichoke pie. It's quite delicious. So I will put that up on Facebook Live. It's really good. But anyway, so much stuff here. Okay, so we have some time. Some more gift ideas. Lainey?
We have a really great one. So, Copper, Iron, and Clay by Sarah Dahman. And so this one's cool because, well, let's talk about the book first. So, Sarah is a coppersmith, and she might be one of the only female ones in like the U.S. possibly. She has gone back to like centuries old tradition, and she knows all about making like copper and iron pots and pans to cook with. And she didn't come to this in a normal way. She used to be not in this field at all, and then she started going down this rabbit hole of like what are old cooking and old pots and pans, and she just decided the art of it was so great. And if we're making all this like organic food, nice, great food to put in your body, why are you using cookware that could have like stuff in it that you're cooking into it? So don't use a plastic one you can throw away. Why not really invest in what your pots and pans are? And so she just has studied with like, she's made friendships, she studied with people and apprenticed with like centuries old tradition that it could have died with them. She's carrying it on. And it's so cool. And her brand is House Copper. And she made some copper straws for us. And they are so cool. I have one. And I've been using it. So thank you, Sarah, if you're watching. I've been using it. And I'm all about saving the turtles. So I already have my straws. But this one is so cool because it's metal and it's sturdy. It's not going to go anywhere. And, it's... you can clean it easily. There's like a little brush. So we have a few to give away, and she was so kind to make these for us. So this book is so beautiful, but you can get a handmade straw from Sarah, and you just write in the comments, and maybe a few of you will win some. We have these little great bags. It comes with washing instructions and
so much at stake today. So many
I
things to win.
know. Well, we have gifts. It's kind of like Oprah's favorite things.
You get a car.
These
and
are our
you get a
favorite
car.
things.
Check under your seats, people.
Granola. We're not going to
Yeah.
say granola. But, so,
Yeah, pretty wild, right?
yeah.
And she's very involved. She was on her Friends of the Library group. She's very involved with her library. She's just wild. Good for her.
Yeah, it
Good
takes
for
you
us.
through like the kitchen and all the things you can put into it, and just really investing in all of this cookware and the history behind it. So be sure to check it out, and it comes out in April as well, 2020.
Can we just back up for 1 second to say that my neighbor Maxie Reif loaned me this. What is this?
Ab roller.
I told her I'd give her a shout out. She also gave me this really cool pen. Do you guys remember these pens? Remember? Scooter's gone, so there's nobody zooming in. But these pens were the coolest. It had all the different colors. Again, Maxie Reif. Thank you, Maxie. All right, we have a few minutes left. We want to talk about some more gifty books.
Ooh,
Okay.
lots of fun ones.
We gotta talk about our friend Kevin Wilson, right?
Please do.
Yes,
All right,
a
nothing
gift for everyone.
to see here. We've talked about this book before. We love it. We love Kevin. It's charming and quirky. It's about a kind of young woman who's lost her way after some circumstances, and her former best friend who's married to, he's a senator, right?
Yeah.
An up-and-coming politician. This politician has a few kids from a previous marriage, and these kids have a very strange
Ability.
ability.
Affliction.
Where if they become too upset, they spontaneously combust. But it's, which again, I think Virginia and I, whenever we talk about this book, it's like, it sounds like a strange thing. It is strange, but the book is really about, I think, kind of finding your path. This woman, kind of, motherhood and taking care of people and kind of accepting who you are as this woman takes a job taking care of these kids.
This book is so
It's
good.
And we have a post. It's at the top of Library Love Fest. It's kind of because there's a lot happening for Kevin. I think this book is getting a lot new, fresh eyes on an author who I think should just be widely read. But we have a podcast episode where Virginia did a great interview with Kevin at ALA. We also have an editors panel that we recorded where Kevin's sitting down with his editor, Zach Wagman, at ALA, and they talk about the book. There's just so many great lines.
And that's on Library Love Fest.
It is on Library Love Fest.
So when they go to Library Love Fest, where are they going to find all that?
All right, so first post we have is from our big buzz that we did at the office, and then right below that, I believe, it is like it's about Kevin Wilson. So it's
We'll
right
do
there.
a recap of everything we talked about here. We'll put the post in, a link to the video, to the interview I did with him, and to the video that Chris shot of Kevin and his author, Zach Wagman. Really cool. It's only about, 10 minutes, but
Yeah,
that's all you
it's worth
need
your time.
to make you fall in love.
And Kevin will be on today, on Tuesday, November 26th, because this book was selected by Jenna Bush Hager as her Jenna's Book Club pick.
So the Today Show, November 26th, that's a really big deal.
Yeah.
So if you just to get a sense of who he is, right?
You'll be drawn in right when he starts speaking. This book I would recommend to anyone. Like, not very many books I feel like I'm like, oh, you would like that. This one I'm like, anyone. I'll recommend it to anyone.
Yeah.
I think everyone will love it.
Yeah.
I haven't met a person yet that hasn't liked it.
Yeah.
You know, Ann Patchett, huge fan of his from day one. I don't know, it's just gotten tons of starred reviews, and it was on the front cover of the New York Times, the book review. There's so much out there. Link to that.
Yeah, Elizabeth Gilbert just posted something on Instagram and Twitter, just saying that it's buck wild amazing. Don't get off your couch today. Just lay right there and read this novel. Nothing to see here. She recorded a video saying that, going through the time to do that. It's been viewed over 70,000 times. Like, there are a lot of people who just love this book, both librarians, authors, making reviewers. It's a book, like Lainey said, for everyone.
And
so
it's one of those things where you say, oh, the kids go on fire. I could see sometimes people glazing over, saying, what are you talking about? You know, they don't get hurt. It's symbolic. The author was always very fascinated with people who, you know, this whole topic. Spontaneous combustion. But honestly, as Chris said, it's really about family. What defines a family, and like the woman at the heart of this book, she's kind of cast aside. These kids are cast aside because they have this thing that happens to them, and it's got the biggest heart. This book, if this book could thump, it would, because it's all heart. That's all I'm going to say. All right, we have to keep going.
Okay.
What else? Oh, we should quickly mention Africaville. The library reads list for December was just announced, and one of our authors, Jeffrey Colvin, wrote a debut novel called Africaville, historical fiction, but African American community in Canada, and I can't even go into it because we're running out of time. But let me tell you, Lainey and Chris interviewed him. And that will be up today?
Yeah, coming into our podcast, so SoundCloud at Library Love Fest, and we gave him a congratulatory call. So
he's so sweet, and he did a presentation. There aren't photos in the book, but he did a video presentation, which we'll also put that in the recap for today. So you get a really cool idea. It was the first time he ever spoke about his book. He came to HarperCollins. He spoke to a bunch of librarians and us. And just did this wonderful presentation about this book and the history behind it. So it's really great. He's very charming, very endearing, such a sweet man. So that's Africaville. Jeffrey Colvin, congratulations to him, and lucky us. And he wrote most of it in libraries for the last bunch of years. So libraries are very near and dear to his heart. He's indebted to them for, the haven that they provided to him while he wrote this book.
And when Lainey and I called him, guess where he was?
a library.
A library. All right, quick 11:22. So Lainey, you got fun stuff?
Yes, this is one I love so much.
Yes.
Strange Planet by Nathan Pyle. So if you are a fan of Strange Planet, you know about it because he's every day put a new cartoon, a new comic, and it says so-and-so days till the book. So you know about this book. In our meeting the other day, someone said they went to lunch with like an agent and gave them the book, and the waiter was like, that book comes out in 11 days.
So
everyone knows about it. And if you don't know about Strange Planet, go to Instagram and follow him because it's just so fun. They're little comics, and they feature these little aliens, or little beings, I guess I should say. And they just talk about kind of the weird oddities of our life that seem maybe mundane to us, but if someone was looking in, they'd be like, that's kind of weird. And so it kind of goes through their little life. So it's like, we caught the orb. They're watching TV. They're watching sports. And they go through their little life. So they have like little, this is, have I ceased to exist? Deception. I have not, playing hide and go seek with a baby. It's really sweet, really fun, and a cute little gift book to give. He's going, if you're in New York, he's been signing at different stores where he sees them. So maybe you'll find a signed one. But I found this really cool cartoon just really quickly because it's got to do with libraries. So he put this up 21 hours ago, and it says, this structure is full of text. for us to purchase? No, we simply take. This is incredible, by which I mean difficult to believe. Observe this. I briefly possessed this though I did not read it. There is no shame. There are no expectations. They expect you to return them. It is the core concept. So, and then at the bottom it says, greeting friends, my book is in stores today, but if you can't purchase, go to your local library. It's all spaced out. And if you don't have it yet, if they don't have it yet, take this opportunity to read many other amazing comics. Gary Larson's my favorite. And it says, it's got a heart and it says, Vital Organ, Nathan. He's really great, really fun, and I don't know, every day they come in on my Instagram feed and they just make me smile, and I think, you know, if you don't know him, you'll really enjoy these, but it's a great gift for anyone who needs a little pick-me-up. On the front it says, Imagine Pleasant Nonsense.
I love that. That's so great.
Image.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you don't personally read those comics, or if you're not obsessed with them, I guarantee you know someone who is.
Right.
Probably at least 5 people. So just buy
It's
a bunch,
massive.
and it'll be.
Yeah. You can go like on Instagram and see who else, like it always kind of throws up the likes that you follow, and I'm always amazed to see like my friends have already liked it by the time I see it, so everyone loves them.
Let's see. That's great. So there we go. And that's out now.
Yeah.
Beauty. What? Okay, I'll do quick. You guys have heard me talk about this a million times, but it's gift giving season, and this is a gorgeous book by Kate Mulgrew. It did come out in the spring, in March, I think, May. But I said I would never stop talking about this book, and I won't, because it is a gorgeous book. It is written by Kate about her parents, divided into 2 parts. First part's about her father. Second part's about her mother, and it's her relationship with them. It's also their stories before they met each other and then formed their family. And she's a gorgeous writer, and her mother is suffering from Alzheimer, and her father has been diagnosed with cancer, and so the clock is ticking, and she's looking back. And it is absolutely beautiful. One of the best books I have ever read. I wasn't expecting to love this book and be a champion for this book as much as I am, because I love it so much. We have a couple of signed copies, so if anybody's a fan out there and hasn't read this, send us an email, and we're going to pull from everybody who's written to us, and we'll pick some names, and you'll all get something. But if you want to gift for somebody, you want to give them a very beautiful, heartfelt book, give them this. Next.
Beautiful.
It is beautiful. Just gorgeous.
Yeah.
All right, last one for me, just very quickly, because I love talking about Peter Swanson. Yeah, I think he's just one of the best thriller authors working right now. I've told you recently about 8 Perfect Murders, which is coming out next year in March, which is kind of based on some of the most perfect murders that take place in literature and film. But since you obviously want to buy a Peter Swanson book now, we have Before She Knew Him, which came out earlier this year. So good. Basically, it's a cat and mouse situation where you have this woman with some psychological, psychological, did I get that out?
Yeah.
Psychological issues. And she's obsessed with true crime. And then new neighbors move in next door, and she visits them. She notices some weird object in the man's kind of study that she remembers being linked to an unsolved case that she was obsessed with years earlier. And what she comes to realize is her neighbor is a serial killer. That's not a spoiler. And what's fun is that it kind of turns this trope on its head, because he knows that she knows he's a serial killer, and she knows that he knows that she knows, and so on.
But they don't
and
know
so
that
forth.
she knows they know.
Oh,
she
they
knows.
totally know.
Okay.
They totally know. And so it's kind of like, how do they reckon with this knowledge? And is she chasing him? Is he chasing her? It's so awesome. It's just it's
Really
great.
cool.
He's such a smart,
He's-
twisty thriller author. He's the best.
He's so great, that guy, you
He
know?
really is.
Yeah,
He
he's
really-
lovely.
Yeah, he is. He's a very nice man, but he's also a very gifted writer.
Yeah.
Somebody asked him at Day of Dialogue, because this book is about committing the perfect murder of murders in books. And they're like, maybe the next one could be you committed a murder about the murders in your book committing murder. He was like, oh.
So meta. Lost in the meta.
People are making my head hurt. So, Lainey, you want to bring us home with some fun, gifty books, and we'll, I guess, wrap it up?
So excited about these. So these are little gifty pun books about food. So this one's You Are 24 Karat Gold and Avocado. And so in the avocado one, it says, like, you can give it to people. So to and from, you can write their name. It says comfort words for when you're feeling downbeat, B-E-E-T. And then this one, It says words of love for someone who's worth their weight in root vegetables. But yeah, they just have like, you float my oat. These make me so happy. I'm bananas about you. Let's see, what's one from in here? Oh, that one's kind of... Oh, don't despair. I'm here for you. Like, there's just really, really fun ones. And if I love puns so much, and if it's not apparent, when I asked for these for marketing, I got a note that said, Lainey, I think you're really grape, from Sarah. So thank you, Sarah.
That's very apparent.
Oh.
So I love a good pun, and these are great to give for your pun friends. And it comes out really soon. I think December 23rd. So these are
Just
the
in
UK
time.
versions, but they're coming soon.
Yeah.
For all
So
you late gift buyers, you know who you are.
guilty.
Yeah.
So I think, there are so many more books that we have to talk about. We wanted to squeeze in as much as we could. As I said, some food, some foodie books and some gifty books and some stuff that's coming out. So we hope that we've sort of, checked off the boxes for, we didn't get to talk about the wine book, but when is that coming out? Is it?
It comes out.
That's in March. So we still have time to talk about this and drink some wine while we tell you all about Wine Girl. So our next Facebook Live will probably be in January.
I can give you
Go ahead.
Victoria James is the youngest sommelier. So she's 21. When she was 21, she got to be like her certification, which is funny because that's when people start to drink. So it's all about the restaurant business and becoming this protege. So
Pretty wild.
yeah,
Really.
we'll talk more about it.
Yeah, we'll talk more about it. We'll try and squeeze in a Facebook Live in December, but if not, we hope you all have a wonderful holiday. Please know how thankful we are to all of you, librarians, readers, people who check in and listen to us talk about all of this stuff. I don't know. You want to say anything?
Happy holidays.
What do you want to say?
I'm very grateful for me.
Grateful.
Grateful for me. What was Russ's? And all of you.
First of all, I would like to say I'm thankful for me.
And all of you. Thank you.
Rolling on the river. Okay.
Without you, we wouldn't be doing this. So
That's right.
this is
Without you, we
wonderful.
wouldn't be doing this. So seriously, thank you all so much. And write to us. Tell us what you're reading. Tell us what you're eating. Give us your recipes. Oh, and let's have Santa Poo take us out.
You can't touch this.
Happy holidays, guys.
Bye.
You can't touch this.